What's up YouTube? My name is Jason and welcome to my YouTube channel. I post a lot of car content on my channel and lately I've been doing a lot of these car movie videos. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the like button. And also comment below what your dream build is. I'm really curious to know. Today I'm super excited because I'm featuring the first ever truck on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this one and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I want to introduce you to my buddy Tim and his Toyota FJ. What's up, bro? How's it going?
Very good. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for coming out. I want to interview you about this truck because it's pretty badass. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's a 1974 Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser. I've had it roughly 30 years or so. And after 25 years, I decided that I wanted to completely change it from stock. This is the creation right here.
Took you roughly like what, 5 years to build?
Just about 5 years.
Nice.
I've been driving it now for about 2 months.
Oh wow, so it's still pretty brand new kind of a build.
It's still got the break-in oil in it.
Oh wow. So how about you walk us around and show us what you did on the exterior of the car?
We pretty much touched everything on this vehicle. I don't think there's a piece on this car that we didn't touch. It's completely different. You can see these fenders here that were built.
Is this all sheet metal right there?
Yes, it's all sheet metal there on tubes. I was driving around about 4 years ago trying to figure out what color I wanted, and I drove by a Mercedes dealership. I saw a Sprinter van painted this color. So I stopped, got out, took a look at it, and I told myself, there it is right there. That's the color.
Nice.
So it's 2018 Mercedes blue gray.
Is this all sheet metal right there?
Yes, it's all sheet metal there on tubes.
Where did you get the paint from?
The paint was a guy in Santa Rosa, California. Very good painter. I found him, I saw a Camaro that he did, and it was a really nice job he did on it, man. There wasn't no imperfections on it at all, and I decided that that's the guy. Most paint shops laughed at me for anything under 20 grand.
Yep.
And I ended up spending considerably less for this paint job, and he did everything. He did all the exterior, all the interior, all the underneath.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could see that.
He did everything.
Did you go to him for painting your differentials and all your suspension pieces as well?
Yes.
Wow, good stuff. Hey, I'm glad you actually mentioned that because a lot of people don't realize how expensive paint is. And you don't know how it is until you actually do it and you're like, wow, yeah. It actually adds up to be a lot. Is this the same stock hood that you got here, or did you do some modifications on the hood?
It is the same stock hood. That's the only thing different was we replaced the rubbers on top. The latches were painted. The hinges were painted. These are different. Normal Land Cruiser is that latch goes straight down and hooks, but we don't have the room to do it, so we had to angle it
and you had
to make it work, and it actually worked.
It looks good
for
too.
Nice. The look of the truck made it work.
And those are all custom fenders, right? So
yes.
Awesome. Looks great. Hey, you mentioned earlier there's something really big and something different about your truck. You said you extended it?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
The truck was cut right here and added 12 inches to it.
Wow.
Which meant that we had to do the frame also. So the frame was cut right in this area, and it's all new steel going back to the rear bumper. We wanted to get a little bit more wheelbase on it, and the look with these fender wells just makes it look a little bit more flow to it.
Looks great. This
rear bumper and rear tire carrier is all custom built. This latch right here is custom made, and you can see that pull the pin, comes out, then it locks into place right there.
Sweet. Well, since we're back here, can you show me the gas tank? So
that gas tank we made, the differential is a Chevy 14-bolt shaved. Rear discs, the gas tank is probably about, I don't know, we're guessing 12 to 15 gallons. When we made it, we never did fill it up and check and see how much it takes.
How do you access it?
To fill it up, we open this tailgate, and there's a hatch right here. Open it up, and there's your,
well, that's pretty sweet,
your fill port for the rear tank. The engine is fed from the rear tank.
Good Good stuff.
The stock gas tank is under the passenger seat, and we're still using it. It's another, I don't know, 15 or 16 gallons. And we actually take the stock tank and we pump the fuel from there to this tank.
Wow. So since we're back here and we can see the suspension, you mind talking about the suspension? Does Fox Shocks actually sell this suspension for this car like that? Or was it all custom?
Well, everything's custom made on this thing pretty much. Yeah, as Land Cruiser guys probably know, that there's not too much that's built for these vehicles, so you got to make pretty much anything. We just took some Fox Shocks. These are 16-inch travel Fox Shocks with a remote reservoir, and we made them work in this setup.
That's so crazy. I want to talk about the interior, but is there anything else you want to talk about the exterior?
These are 40-inch tires on 17-inch Hutchinson rims. Hutchinson rims are a little bit different than most rock crawler rims, bead lock rims. They lock in from the inside on the bead, so you can run this tire at a lot lower pressure without the bead popping out.
Could you tell me about the interior? Pretty much see it right here.
Yes.
No doors.
The interior, these are all Mastercraft seats, Mastercraft Rubicon seats. Built another seat rack for it to get it right where we wanted it. Did mount a stereo amp right here. Tried to keep it as high as we could, just in case water entered the vehicle. And you could see that everything was painted. We tried to keep the original look, but this is a Dakota Digital instrument gauge. So it is a digital gauge, but we tried to keep that same Land Cruiser look. This is the original steering column, made that work.
It was great.
Now,
even painted.
I know probably some people are saying it's missing a pedal. Well, it is an automatic now. It is not a 4-speed anymore. Originally, when I bought this, it was a factory 4-speed.
Man, I'm so eager and excited to talk about the engine, but is there anything else you want to show us here in the interior? Like, I like this roll cage, man. They don't sell these, right? You gotta get this all custom?
That roll cage was custom made.
Amazing. You got some mounts here for speakers and fire extinguisher mount. This is next level right here. How many tries or how many hours did your fabricator take to make this roll cage?
Gosh.
Too many, huh?
The fabricator that I had in this project was a very special guy. Amazing fabricator, probably the best I've ever seen. If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't have happened.
There's so much custom work, man.
It's virtually all custom, virtually all.
From your suspension to your roof, to your roll cage, to your engine. So
everything goes, the cage, the slider bars, everything goes to the frame. This piece right here bolted to the frame rear bumper is the rear part of the roll bar.
I like how you have some back seats too. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fun for everybody, right?
Fun for everybody, but I sure could use the space. Just driving it everywhere.
That's pretty sweet. Man.
I might keep them in there. I might not. I'm not sure yet.
I think it looks great in there. You know, that's awesome.
I know the grandkids love to ride around like that.
Oh, sweet.
This is my 4th one, I think.
4th Land Cruiser?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I've always had a Land Cruiser.
Nice.
I've had some really nice ones. I've had some that weren't so nice, but those didn't hang out very long because I always wanted something that was decent. My daughter drove this to school in its original version.
Wow.
Drove it to high school every day.
That's crazy.
And a little bit to college.
Sweet. And stayed in the family. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the original color?
The original color was tan. Toyota tan.
I know exactly what the one you're talking about.
And I was lucky enough to where the original owner kept it inside. So this truck before was no rust, and I was able to keep it inside pretty much the whole time I've had it. It's been kept inside, so we start off with a pretty clean slate here.
Did you have to change out any of the floorboards, or did you see any big rust in the...
None.
Just, wow.
None.
Such
Zero.
a well-maintained truck.
Yeah, we didn't have to replace not one panel or floorboard or anything.
Wow.
Had everything sandblasted, and usually when you sandblast, you really see, you know, if there's any steel left, and we didn't have to take care of anything.
Man, you
got
got
all plenty of steel.
You have a dream build. Holy cow.
Yeah. The only thing is I'm 62 years old, and that roughly 5 years to build it, I was wondering whether when I was done, I could still get in it. And
You look fine to me.
right now, a little stiff, but there it is.
There you go.
I can still get in her.
Oh yeah. Now you can go off-road. Time for the cream of the crop right here. Can you show me the engine bay?
Sure. I was looking for a steel block, aluminum head motor, Chevy, and I found an LQ9, which is also called the Vortec Max for Chevy. This was in a 2006 Eldorado. Pulled it out and took it pretty much immediately to the machine shop and went through everything. Bored it out, all new pistons, everything inside, did all the head work on it. And when it was done, I was craving a little bit more horsepower, and it had to be instant horsepower, not like a turbo where you got to spool up. So I decided going with the Whipple 2.9 supercharger, which was very challenging for this motor because this is a Camaro supercharger. So we had to make a lot of stuff to make it work.
The LQ9 was not enough power. You wanted more, and on top of that, you wanted more on top of more. So you supercharged it. That's awesome. The funny thing is, when I first saw your Land Cruiser at the meet, I couldn't tell that it was supercharged because it was so high. I mean, the hood was propped up like this, but you know, I had to really take some photos with my camera, and I didn't realize it until when I was editing my photos that, dang, this thing's supercharged too.
I think a lot of people probably walk away thinking the same thing. They don't notice the supercharger.
Yeah, that's funny.
You really, really feel the boost. And the torque curve on it is virtually straight up as soon as you touch the pedal.
What's the numbers for this?
Right now as it sits, we didn't go with a real radical cam in it. It's a cam 2, which is kind of an RV grind. So we're doing 410 horsepower at the wheels and about 450 pounds of torque.
Wow.
Turning 40-inch tires and all 1-ton gear, that's plenty enough there.
That's a lot.
Plenty enough.
Definitely. Man, that's so cool.
And, you know, another nice thing is I've never seen a Land Cruiser with a supercharger on it.
I love all the header, like your Fabricator. Man, look at these headers. Just like twisted turns and...
We tried to make them so that they were all same length, tuned headers.
Yep.
More or less.
What fuel are you using in this?
A 91.
Pump gas?
91.
Okay.
I was told at the tuners that the dyno guy was telling me if I wanted to go to race fuel,
Yeah, like E85.
we could get a lot more horsepower.
Definitely. You don't need that.
But I don't want to do that. It's got to be pump fuel.
Yep. Yeah, that's so cool.
You know, this is not made to go screaming through the desert.
Okay.
This is made to go climbing through the desert.
And the transmission you're using for this is?
Transmission is a Chevy 4L80 with the overdrive, which is really nice because if I happen to be on the highway, dropping down to that overdrive really makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
It really makes a big difference.
Especially with these gas prices. Oh man.
It's an Atlas transfer case, 4.3 transfer case, bulletproof.
And you said you had a 14-bolt rear?
14-bolt Chevy rear. This is a Dana 60 Kingpin with the factory disc brakes. And one thing I didn't mention was Land Cruisers normally come with leaf spring suspension.
Right, I did notice that in the
this
rear.
This is now no longer leaf spring.
Yeah.
It's all link suspension now. 4-link rear, 3-link front.
Wow, amazing.
Decided just to make the aluminum links, which looks nice.
Man, this thing is so clean. Inside and out, this thing is one of the cleanest vehicles I've ever seen. You built a really, really nice truck.
Thank you. It's not quite ready to go off-roading yet. Need a little bit more armor underneath and definitely need armor around that rear gas tank.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's
like,
not
you
quite
think about
ready.
Like a skid plate or something like that?
Yeah, something's gonna have to be made for that.
Okay. So what's your favorite thing about this build? What's your favorite part?
The engine is really nice. The exhaust, it's got a really nice deep sound. We didn't have enough room to put the headers to run dual exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
So the driver's side exhaust out of the header goes underneath the oil pan basically, joins in right behind the firewall here, and we got one big, I believe it's 3.5 inch exhaust coming out the rear, and it did give us that nice deep throaty sound.
There's so much parts about this car. I'm just I'm amazed at
And there's a lot of stuff
clean
that
this
I
thing is.
I probably forgot to. I did notice one thing that I have to take care of is I put the shoulder belts on and I couldn't reach the stick shifts or the dash. So I'm gonna have to extend extend at least the stick shift. I didn't want a vinyl top, so we got a piece of steel, had it bent and cut, and mounted it to the top of the roll bar, which is really nice because it's a permanent, semi-permanent top. About 16 bolts it'll come off, but it's pretty permanent.
Looks so nice. Because I thought that was the roof, and I was like, wait a second, that's just your roll cage is the roof.
Yes. This truck was originally a soft top. Okay. I'm the second owner on it, and it was a soft top. And when I bought it from the original owner, it was pretty raggedy. It was worn out and seen its day.
Yep. So does this front window actually go down as well?
It does. You can see that this window will come down. Here's the long bolt that unbolts the front window, and it rests on these bumpers here.
Nice.
And then you latch it down with that. Unhook that and latch it to the top.
That's so sweet. One more thing I wanted to ask you about. You have an air compressor here, right?
Yes. ARB air compressor, the same as the lockers. It's all ARB lockers. This air compressor line comes up, goes into this front bumper, pumps up the front bumper, and you can get air from this quick connect right here.
Oh my gosh, so awesome.
Just a little bit of storage.
Yep, that's amazing. Everything modified, even down to the headlights. Such a clean build.
This Warren winch is old school, 8274 Warren wrench. People love that winch, and I do too. Versus the modern winches, it's a bulletproof winch.
Is there anybody that you'd like to thank for your build?
Yeah, I mean, my fabricator, and I'm not sure if I should say his name, but he was just awesome. Most everything here we built in a 2-car garage, and the skill that he had was just unbelievable. I was very lucky to have a friend like that.
Oh, definitely.
It was not cheap to do this.
Oh, yeah, about that. I don't know if you don't mind saying it to the viewers, but what does it take as far as money-wise to make a build like this?
I was lucky, and I had a guy that really did a lot of work for me for very cheap, but you stop adding up receipts a long time ago, and I mean, I think I've got at least 70 into it. Okay. But I'm never going to add them all up. I don't need to. This is something I've been dreaming about for a long time. I'm not going to sell it. My daughter has already got her eyes on this thing, so it'll always stay in the family as long as I'm alive.
Nice. That's good to hear, especially because you built this for yourself and you've had this thing forever. So now all you got to do is enjoy it, right?
Yep. Now the choice is whether I really want to take it off-road or not.
Oh, right. It's such a clean car, right?
As we were, putting it together, my intention originally was to Rubicon, Fordyce, Utah, Arizona. But as we started getting closer to being done, I started realizing, man, this is turning out clean, right? Really nice.
Like a SEMA build, even better than that.
And, oh man, it's a tough decision because I really want to see what it can do off-road, but it's too nice.
Definitely. So one of my buddies told me after I painted my car as well, he said, hey, enjoy your car for what it is now because it'll never be cleaner than what it is at this moment. So anyways, I just want to say thanks, Tim, for showing us your truck. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out and sharing your story with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jason.
For sure. Take care. See you next time.